easier said than done. Stop worrying. Okay, next point. No, it's like it's not that easy, right? Because you still have these fears. I mean, the other day I was flying was on an airplane. I'm not afraid to fly, but this particular person that was flying with me really doesn't like to fly. They take serious that verse, "Lo, I'm with you always." You know what I'm saying? Just don't like to fly. And so freaking out, we haven't even gone down the runway. I mean, gripping my arm, squeezing my arm, freaking. I thought the flight attendant might be able to help. So I said, come over here, talk to my friend, and, tell them how often, planes like this actually crash. And he said, usually once. And so anyway, I thought, well, that didn't help. Never mind, go on. I wasn't very helpful at all. Felt like you needed a laugh right there. I don't know why. I just felt like that might help you, I always think about, because people say sometimes, don't worry, because if it's your time, it's your time. Don't you hate that phrase? Because what if it's the pilot's time? You know what I'm saying? It ain't my time, but it's it. So, dude, that don't work, so I don't like that.
It's easy to say, just don't worry. But it's something else actually to experience and walk that out. I can remember when I was deployed in Europe, we were stationed in Spain, and we had to fly flights to several different countries for these training missions. And because the military at that time in the unit that I was in was so poorly funded, we flew C-130s all around Europe. And if you don't know what C-130 is, I want you to imagine the most ghetto, broke plane you've ever seen in your entire life. And then I want you to put about 60 people inside of it. This thing was awful. It looked awful. They didn't even try to make them look nice. They tried to make them look like they could crash anytime. And that's what you felt like. When I was walking up to it, I was like, that thing's gonna fall right out of the sky. We ain't making it. And we went on, and there's cargo netting for seats, there's cargo backing, and your cargo, they put it up on a big truck, and it's cargo netting there, and it's freezing inside because there's no paneling or like insulate. No, it's all just exposed cables, fuel gauges, stuff that leaks, and you're like, is that supposed to be leaking? And they're like, don't worry about it, and you're like, well, awesome. And so and they give you earplugs because it's so loud. And I can remember, I never had an issue with flying until I flew on one of these C-130s. And what happened was these things would literally, at least the ones that we flew, we would be at like cruising altitude, like 30,000 feet or something. And you'd just be cruising along. And then out of middle of nowhere, for no apparent reason, these things would just drop straight out of the sky, like 100 foot. Just like, and you're just like, you know the free fall feeling where you fly, it's like whoop, and your stomach goes whoop. It's like whoop, like this, and you're like grabbing, you don't know what's gonna happen, and then it goes and like keep going, and keep. These things were kept falling, like free falling out of the sky every single time. And I remember I'm like gripping the seats, and I've got my hands like wrapped around the cargo netting, and I'm like hot, and I'm all sweaty, but I'm supposed to be this tough Marine, and my buddies are laughing at me. And I remember one time I got so scared, the one flight, I asked the flight master, I told him to come over here. I was like, dude, how often do these things crash? Because of turbulence. It's not supposed to do this. And I was like, is this thing safe? How often do they crash? And just without missing a beat, he just looked right at me and he said, usually just once. And then he just turned around. And I was like, no, you come back here. I was like, you can't say that to me. Come back. And then all my buddies like, Josh, what? Come on, man. Don't worry. Don't worry about anything, baby. If it's your time, it's your time. And that used to irritate me even more because I'd be like, bro, there's 60 people on this plane. What if it's the pilot's time or your time?